wrestling fans.
All right, let's focus on business. Hey.
Christopher! It's wonderful! You ungrateful garbage!
Welcome to Strong Honor. We are the ungrateful garbage. My name is Tommy Stryker. Joining me is Joe.
What's up?
And Taco.
What up?
We are here to talk about Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. King of Pro Wrestling just happened on Monday.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor TV is back up to speed with what happened at the pay-per-view a couple of weeks
Took
ago.
it long enough.
And we got
As
some,
you're watching it.
we got some, yeah, Joe's behind on Ring of Honor. Now, Joe, in honor...
You son of a bitch, Joe.
in interest of full disclosure here, Joe is the most fringe, I guess you would say, or casual of the Ring of Honor and New Japan fans. You'll watch the TV show if you get a chance. You're not necessarily ordering the pay-per-views. If I show you a match here before we watch before we record the podcast, occasionally that happens. Occasionally I'll show you some New Japan stuff before we record.
Sometimes I'm able to find it on the YouTube.
Sure. But I want to point that out because maybe some listeners that are not regular New Japan or Ring of Honor fans, we got you covered here,
Right?
Oh yeah,
Because,
I'll ask all the dumb questions.
Exactly. There are no dumb questions. So we welcome.
Where do babies come from?
We welcome everybody.
That's a fucking stupid
to
question.
listen to this show. Let's keep our focus.
All
here.
right, let's focus on business.
Someone's a professional.
Yeah. Anyway, King of Pro Wrestling. I really liked this show.
Yeah, good fun show.
One of the better shows of the year. You know, a huge 3 big main events, and very predictable. But I don't. Predictable isn't always bad. If something's predictable, it means you're telling a good story.
No, even like the Roppongi 3K shit was fun, man.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to get into that match.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well,
I saw the tweets on that one.
yeah. I mean, I called it, of course. But,
Yeah, right.
But I mean, come on, everybody. A lot of people were. That wasn't exactly. It wasn't that hard to figure out. But a fun show. Opened with Hiromu Takahashi, Bushi, and Sonata taking on Yujiro Takahashi. The two Takahashis meeting. Bad Luck Fale and Leo Tonga. So a rare Los Ingobernables versus Bullet Club 6-man match here. So of course Yujiro is the Tokyo pimp. He's always coming out with the scantily clad women, and on the English feed, Don Callis and Kevin Kelly have really come into their own. They're really nailing the commentary role. I like at the very end of the show, Kevin Kelly sent the thoughts and prayers out to the Lance Russell family and the Bobby Heenan family, and that's such a great comparison. Like the way, I mean, Don Callis wouldn't be doing what he's doing without a guy like Bobby Heenan, right? And then Kevin Kelly playing the straight man like a Lance Russell. Again, just I mean, definitely your obvious Gorilla Monsoon influence in there as well.
Wow.
You know, with the "Will you stop and let's keep things on track."
All
here.
right, let's focus on business.
But I just liked them kind of throwing to that at the end. But since it's on the internet and it's not actually on TV, Don Callis he can get a little green on it. Blue actually is the word. I'm sorry. He can work a little blue from time to time on here. So anyway, so like Yujiro, he comes out with the scantily clad women, and he's out there with Bad Luck Fale. Now, Bad Luck Fale's gimmick is every time the ring announcer says his name, he goes after and tries to take out the ring announcer. So, but this time, the ring announcer was smartly doing his announcing from outside the ring.
Notice our ring announcing partner Ozaki-san is outside the ring, safely tucked behind the timekeeper's table because...
What a pussy.
Hey, Bad Luck Fale has...
I'm talking about Izaki-san, by the way, just so we're clear.
All right, let's...
He wasn't talking about the announcer. He was talking about Yujiro's women, of course. So, yeah, Don Callis making it fun there. Hiromu, Bushi, and Sonata getting the win here. Hiromu distracts Fale away from hitting the bad luck fall with Daryl. Then Bushi hits him with the mist and gets the 1, 2, 3. So the ongoing saga between Bad Luck Fale, who originally destroyed the cat Daryl, now Hiromu having Daryl back.
Hey, cats have 9 lives.
And he's married now. Daryl and Carol, a little nod to Walking Dead, perhaps? I don't know, but apparently we didn't see Carol on this show. It was just Daryl out there, but Hiromu comes into play, of course, a lot later in the show. Zack Sabre Jr. and Suzuki teaming up. Wow, what a fun team that was. 2 technical wizards there teaming up versus Hiroki Goto and Toru Yano. I talked about on last week's Strong Honor. Hey, remember? Yano beat Suzuki in the G1. They're building up to a Yano-Suzuki rematch for the Never Openweight title. It's quite probable going to be at Power Struggle on November 11th. Not announced yet, but we've
November 5th.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, November 5th. I got the month and the days of November confused. The month is 11, not the day. 11/5. November 5th is Power Struggle. I should note on the road to Power Struggle, we're going to have a junior heavyweight tag team tournament.
All right.
So as long as I'm talking about that, let's kind of get into who's in this tag tournament here.
Tournament, you say?
Yes, another tournament. Where is my tournament here? Had it brought up.
Did
now it's
you
all
check
gone.
in your butt?
Ha! Got him.
Okay, so Hirai Kawato is teaming up with Kushida. They're taking on Roppongi 3K in the first round. Dragon Lee and Titan teaming up against Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi.
Nice.
So a nice. That's going to be a hell of a match right there. Jushin Thunder Liger and Tiger Mask teaming up. That's fun. Taking on El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru in the opening round.
Right.
And Taguchi teaming up with ACH here. A lot of things pointing to Ricochet being all done. Of course, Ricochet and Taguchi losing to Roppongi 3K. We'll get to that here in a minute there. So now Taguchi teaming up with ACH here in this tournament. They will be taking on Tai Chi and Taka Michinoku. So this will be taking place over the 4 Road to Power Struggle shows, and I reckon whoever wins the tournament probably getting a shot against Roppongi 3K, providing Roppongi 3K doesn't actually win it themselves, which is entirely a possibility. So we'll see. It'd be fun to kind of follow that on the. It gives us something to look forward to seeing on those kind of Raw and SmackDown Road 2 shows.
Right.
Where not a lot's going on. It's just tag matches building up to the bigger, the big main show that is Power Struggle. So back to Zack Sabre Jr. and Suzuki versus Goto and Yano. It was Yano and Goto getting another countout win here. Don analyzes Suzuki. He compares him to Vince McMahon.
If Vince McMahon knew how to shoot, he'd be Minoru Suzuki. You know that's true.
That's a great analysis.
Look, pal, I'm going to stretch the shit out of you right now.
And we apologize for Don's language
Oops.
So again, Don bringing the fun analysis in there, but another interesting little matchup there. Just a good undercard showing. I love the technical and the brutality of Suzuki and Zack Sabre in there as a team, and then just Yano getting the bullshit victory again.
Right, it's so fun. He stole the belt too.
That's right. Yeah, he took the Never Openweight title with him, and then during the press conference after, like Suzuki is chasing Yano through the hallways in the back.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, you had to click on the press conference. I was really bored yesterday and watched the 40-minute press conference video, all in Japanese except for the guys that speak English, of course. But yeah, so fucking Suzuki chasing Yano in the hallways in the back
So
of
he
Sumo Hall.
He didn't get that belt back.
I don't think he got the belt back.
Ah, tremendous.
So that's fun. Then it was Roppongi 3K versus Funky Future for the IWGP Junior Tag titles. I revealed the spoiler earlier. Of course, the Tempura Boys making their big return to New Japan. Looked good here, but not as good as Ricochet. Gotta say it.
Yeah.
I didn't give a star rating to this. This really felt like kind of a Ricochet send-off here. Roppongi 3K did get the win with a double team move, possibly called the 3K. Wasn't entirely impressed by the Roppongi 3K finishing move, but again, it was decent.
That sequence though, like like in the WWE when Dean Ambrose gets thrown out, bounces out of the ropes, but back into the ring.
Yeah.
One of them kind of did a move similar to that, but kind of like more like flipped into the and then did like a Hurricanrana kind of thing. It was so fucking nuts.
Yeah. No, there was definitely a nuts aspect to this match too. Basically that New Japan Ring of Honor Young Bucks tag team style match. So there was a lot of that.
It was fun. I'm interested to see what they do with this though.
Yeah, and to see how strong they book these guys not only in this upcoming tournament, but just going forward into Wrestle Kingdom. Obviously, the Young Bucks are probably going to come back into this junior tag picture at some point. So, that's not necessarily true either, because they could move up to heavyweights and go for.
I think they said they're going to skip the tag tournament so they can actually be home for once.
Well, yeah, the Young Bucks aren't in this tournament, and they're definitely not in World Tag League because they're junior heavyweights, because that's an all heavyweight tag tournament too. So, but I was kind of alluding to the idea that Young Bucks could possibly try to move up to heavyweight and kind of go for those belts. But I'm kind of with what a lot of the internet sayers say on this, where let's just merge the two tag divisions, have it all be one, so you can get kind of those dream matchups. But then where do you go after you have all the dream matchups too? So I kind of like the idea of what they do is when guys are younger and smaller, naturally they're junior heavyweights, and as they get older and bigger, they move into the heavyweight division. And then occasionally they make exceptions for guys that are really good, like Prince Devitt or Zack Sabre Jr., who was in the G1 this year, who's obviously a very slight man, but who's quite a bit on the eye test looks smaller than a Will Osprey, but Will Osprey is a big part of the junior heavyweight division.
Yep.
So you can. It is one of the flaws of New Japan, one of the few flaws of a product that we love so much. But yeah. So Roppongi 3K getting the junior titles there. Looking forward to seeing what they do with them. Then the Killer Elite Squad taking on War Machine and Gorillas of Destiny for the fourth time. This time a little bit of a change up in the rules. They made it a tornado elimination style. So again, another just non-stop action match here with
beat them up,
going just crazy. Killer Elite Squad do keep the titles with the Killer Bomb. They Killer Bomb Hansen through a table. War Machine
pretty much on the side of the fucking table.
Oh my god, it was just
they were struggling so much with that fucking table, where I was just like, just abort, like stop it, like.
Yeah, and I'm so worried that that Japanese table, that somebody's like going to get stabbed with the legs or something, because the legs don't buckle in a way that's nice, and the table doesn't break in a way that's
small.
good. There's just something bad, and they're too sturdy. Like the American tables are flimsy and break. You lean on them too hard and they break.
God damn you, IKEA tables!
So they need flimsier tables or something, but I guess it adds to the brutality of it, certainly.
They ain't no punk ass bitch.
There is that, but we had some weapon involvement. They had the trash can, the kendo sticks, the trash can lids came into play. Everybody hit a finisher early in the kind of mid match. They hit a Killer Bomb for a near fall. The Killer Elite Squad, the Gorillas of Destiny, hit Guerrilla Warfare for a near fall. The War Machine hit Fallout for a near fall. So they kind of all shoot each other's finishers in the foot in the middle of the match. But it was Killer Elite Squad with the Killer Bomb through the table on Hansen. But then after the match, War Machine kind of linger in the ring and show great respect to the crowd, and crowd showing it to them. I like that. And also War Machine just selling like crazy after the match was noteworthy, I thought. So there was that. Marty Scurll teamed up with Cody and Kenny Omega, so your big time Bullet Club team there, taking on Yoshihashi, Jado, and Beretta. This is, of course, to build up to the Kenny Omega Yoshihashi U.S. title match coming up this Sunday for Ring of Honor in Chicago. Again, that's not a big drawing match to me, but hey, that show is already sold out. Yeah. Kenny Omega already drew the tickets. The card
is just so phenomenal.
Yeah, I'll get into that Ring of Honor card here in a little bit, but a fun 6-man match.
I really liked Kenny Omega's promo afterwards, though. Pretty much saying like, I don't care how deep or how far I have to carry you through this match. You're nothing to me, and just fucking dogging on him and
fucking burying Yoshihashi.
Yeah,
and that's really how.
And he was promoting Ring of Honor at the same time too.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are gonna treat you like kings. That's gonna be the best part of your trip. Not until I'm done with you. Like, it was such an awesome promo.
Yeah, this match was probably my least favorite of the show.
Yeah.
I kind of skipped through this match. I didn't skip through it, but I felt like I wanted to skip through it, but I did not. Juice and Kota Ibushi taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi and Togi Makabe. This building up to the Tanahashi versus Kota Ibushi match for the Intercontinental title at Power Struggle here. This was a good tag match here. Good action late in the match, and Juice got the win over Togi Makabe with the Pulp Friction. I liked the good back and forth at the end between Juice and Makabe. It almost felt like they were kind of building up to a match between those two.
Oh.
But we had good action, definitely good action between Tanahashi and Ibushi throughout this match too.
Sure.
So let's not bury these main events anymore. Will Osprey versus Kushida for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight. I wanted to say tag. The Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Great match. I thought just under 5 stars for me. I thought there could have been a couple of little things I was a little nitpicky about here and there, but just an awesome match. Joe, we got a chance to show you this one earlier tonight. Osprey versus Kushida. What'd you guys think?
I mean, it's exactly what you were expecting to these two, and it's good to finally see Osprey get that win over Kushida. This has been a long-standing story that I don't know how many times you've brought up to me. Anytime I bring up Osprey with Kushida, and you're just like, yeah, he's never beat him before, and I'm just like, really? He's never beat him once.
Yep.
And it was just, it really showcased both of them, but really showcased Osprey getting that championship win, and I like his emotion. I mean, again, his selling and his emotion and after the match was just amazing. I enjoy him a lot.
Yeah, Taco?
Yeah, it was a fun match. It was I don't think it was their best showing with each other, but it's never a bad showing with each other.
Sure. Yeah, I think maybe the Super Juniors one was really good, and even like their very first match was really good too from a year ago.
But it was good to put the championship on Osprey. I like Kushida a lot, but he only goes so far with me.
I understand what you're saying there. A lot of people were kind of hoping that Hiromu would have kept the title, but I really liked the redemption story that they told with Kushida. But this feels very right here. Again, great storytelling with Kushida having Osprey's number, Osprey not having that win, but having these great competitive matches, not only with Kushida, but in there with all the guys in the junior division. And
I like the commentators too. Obviously English commentators, but they're selling it too. Like Osprey had to fucking go back to the gym and relearn this and learn this and work on this. He's not going to go with the same game plan, so it's like
right.
Yeah, them just selling the match too in itself was it was awesome.
And I like the story in the match of Kushida just getting overly aggressive and the crowd kind of turning on him because the crowd wanting that feel good story. They everybody. It's again 2 baby faces, two people that the crowd are kind of supposed to like, and the crowd kind of wanting to see the underdog get that victory. And then when Kushida just gets overly aggressive and starts stomping on Osprey's face, they're like, boo. So, yeah, just a phenomenal match. Loved every minute of it, and looking forward to the Osprey reign. After the match, here comes Hiromu, trying to get his challenge in again, but Marty Scurll sneaking up from behind, busting his fingers. So we're going to get Marty Scurll versus Osprey for the junior title at Power Struggle.
Nice.
These two, wonderful history, great back and forth. This should be a very good match as well. Wow, what how awesome. When we finally get to the Hiromu Osprey match, probably Wrestle Kingdom, they've done a really good job building up Hiromu and Osprey.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the kitty stuff or whatever last month with Osprey putting cat makeup on. That was a little silly, and a lot of people are criticizing Hiromu for, it's silly what he's doing. He's hanging out with a stuffed cat, throwing throwing fits in the ring when he doesn't get his way like a child.
It's funny though. It's his thing.
And he's a maniac. He's a ticking time bomb.
He's a time bomb.
He can go off at any time.
That's
Chris
the point.
Jericho in the 90s.
He's innocent. He's nice. He's lovable. He's adorable.
Yeah,
But
Jericho did it.
boom. It's the point.
Yeah. Once we finally get that one-on-one matchup between Hiromu and Osprey, and you got the Kushida thing is still in there too. I mean, it could possibly build to a 3, maybe even a 4-way. You got Skrull now in the mix too with this match coming up at Power Struggle. So a lot of things to sift through here as we head towards Wrestle Kingdom coming up in early January. Semi-main event, Tetsuya Naito versus Ishii for the G1 briefcase for the right to challenge for the title at Wrestle Kingdom. What a match. I gave this one 4.5. Again, just under 5 for me. I've seen these two deliver some really great matches. Again, the predictability factor kind of comes into play here as well. But again, I think one of the things I'd be critical of in this match was like late in the match, what was it? Ishii. They do like a series of reversals, and then Ishii hits the brain. Does he hit the brain buster? Damn it! I'm trying to remember here.
He hit the brain, bro. Yeah, towards the end there.
I felt like they were ripe to go to the finish, and they kept going, and they gave Ishii like one more, like he hit a basement clothesline, and there was one more near fall, and then they went into the finishing sequence, and the finishing sequence itself was just a little bit sloppy. Like I think they wanted to do a brain buster right into a Destino, and it was a little bit sloppy, and then he hits another Destino afterwards, which works into it because it wasn't the technical Destino with the full arm twist or whatever, so that was fine too. But I kind of take a couple of points away just for I felt like there was a time to go to the finish when it was really hot, and they went a little long, and Ishii got another near fall in there towards the end. But I'm being nitpicky here too.
Yeah,
fantastic match. What are your guys' thoughts?
Ishii, man, I don't even care if he lost this match. He kind of won me over with this one. I've watched a bunch of Ishii. It's just been brute force, brute strength, but. Yep. Fuck, man, those chops on Naito, and then
that spot where he chops him down in the corner. It's a chop forearm. Yeah, he knocks him all the way down, then picks him up 3 times. Chop forearm, all the way down to the ground. Picks him up again, then chops him in the throat 2 or 3 times. Finally, the referee breaks it up.
And Naito just looking good. I mean, coming out of the match with a solid win, and I like that a lot of people have been kicking out of the Destino after the first one, and he's always got to get that second one, but you just get to see him do it even smoother than the first time generally, and hit it in the middle of the ring.
Especially on a guy like Ishii, though, it makes sense that he's going to have to nail a move like that twice on him because he's thick.
Well, and again, it's not just the reverse DDT, the actual just like the Rainmaker. You got to get the full arm twist with the backflip into the reverse DDT.
You got to get the camera to zoom out. Yeah.
Exactly. Like the Rainmaker is the full. It's not just the short arm clothesline. It's the from behind, grab the wrist, spin him around, and then hit the short arm clothesline. So same thing with the Destino. You can hit a reverse DDT out of a brainbuster.
It wasn't a Hulk Hogan leg drop. He had a Hulk up first and then leg drop.
Exactly. But I love the back and forth, the countering each other's finishing maneuvers in this match was really, really good. And so, and again, just it's very predictable, but it's fun because you start to think of you fantasy book in your head saying, okay, if Ishii wins and goes to the finals, it's again, well, he beat Okada in the G1 last year. He deserves a rematch, and you've got all these other huge matches you could do for Wrestle Kingdom. You could do Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi as a big match, and you could do Tanahashi and da-da-da-da-da. So you start booking in your head thinking, okay, they can actually do this, and then you start getting into the near falls, and there were a couple in this match where it was just like, holy fuck, is Naito going to kick out here? So phenomenal, great match. Same thing for the main event, Okada versus Evil. Joe, I know you didn't get a chance to see this one. Again, this one was
best Evil entrance ever.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
I have been complaining about the lame Evil entrances forever, and of course, this is where you do it, right? His biggest match of his career,
Yep.
main event of King of Pro Wrestling, going for the IWGP Heavyweight title versus Okada. They do the awesome video package with him standing on the lighted screen and the druids and the smoke and everything and the bats flying across his face, and then he gets
carried out
to the ring by druids, and he's on a throne. He's the king of darkness. Why wouldn't he come out on a throne? Great stuff.
That was a really cool
Still
intro.
got the silly sickle, but then when he got in the ring, he raised the sickle up in the air, and it was an awesome laser light show. It wasn't him wiggling his fingers and his little laser lights. It was all these awesome lasers around the arena.
These guys obviously listen to Strong
Well,
Honor.
Obviously,
we have Japanese subtitles for the show.
Hi. So, but yeah, the lasers pointing into the ring and around the arena, very cool. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that on every show, but
No.
just don't go back to wiggling your fingers around. That's all I'm saying. Just have it be, I don't know, just be more of a structured. I don't know. I've said it before. I don't need to go into it here. But Okada versus Evil, again, predictable outcome here, but. Very good match. Out of the 4+ star matches on the show, only gave this one 4 stars. I thought the G1 match was a little bit better. Well, Evil won that one, so the unpredictability of that one kind of made it a little more interesting there. But just love the match. I like the intrigue here as well. I talked about kind of working yourself into a frenzy with the Ishii near falls or whatever. But I like. Naito was quoted as saying that he anticipates Okada facing Okada at the Tokyo Dome, and during that, it was like a interview at a restaurant or something like that. Evil gets upset at those comments and like walks away or walks out or something like that. And so I like that little bit of intrigue here. It's like, oh, Evil's kind of pissed off at Naito. Naito just won his match. What if Evil wins and goes to the main event and faces Naito now? So again, just that little bit of detail there adds a little bit of intrigue in the match and kind of gets you into it.
I think Naito even said, he's like, if I have to face Evil, we fight.
Yeah, exactly. But that was the thing, is he's like, I if I have to face Evil, fine. But yeah, it's probably, I'm thinking it's going to be Okada.
Right.
So just kind of getting a little dig on Evil there. But yeah, fun match.
Chink in the armor.
Evil works on the neck of Okada. That
Jesus.
has been that's I'm not even going to go there. Let's keep our focus here.
All right, let's focus on business.
Evil works the neck. He puts the chairs around Okada's neck and runs him into the post and bangs a chair into the chair around his neck on the outside. Okada. So they've been doing the spot where Okada runs at Evil, who's over on the other side of the barricade.
Yeah.
And Evil's been throwing a chair at him and hitting him in the face. So they've done that in they did it in the G1 match, and then there was a tag match where they did it again. So that's happened twice. This time Okada ducks, the chair goes flying, and then Okada does hit the crossbody on Evil. So that was a fun spot there. Okada finally scouted the chair and learned to duck out of the way. Okada misses a top rope missile dropkick. Evil gets the Banshee muzzle on him, but and this was supposed to be like a big dramatic spot because this is one of Evil's finishing maneuvers. This Banshee muzzle, one of his submission holds, but the crowd was silent. The crowd wasn't buying it. The crowd just they're like, we don't think Evil's getting the win here with the Banshee muzzle. So that was kind of a notable spot, and what it kind of knocked it down to a 4-star match for me. But again, having Gato out there as Okada's cheerleader or whatever, just getting the fans into it and getting the fans frenzied at the right points during the match.
I don't understand why.
Is he just banging on the apron?
I don't understand. Like, he just doesn't do anything for me. Like, I like managers. I like these people that get things pumped
Come on,
up.
Okada!
But does the dude have eyeballs?
Nah.
You can't see. Like, how does he see anything? That one doesn't even work.
There's a little room right there on the bottom of the.
But I'm just not a fan of Gato.
They do a ref bump in here, but Okada counters the darkness, falls onto chairs with a head scissors. Like again, one of Evil's been just fucking slamming Okada into chairs outside of the ring, in the ring, everywhere. So this time they knock out the ref, but this time again Okada counters it with a head scissors. Evil goes head first into the chairs, and the ref finally comes back later in the match. Evil does hit the Darkness Falls finisher, but he can't make a cover late in the match. Okada then hits the jumping tombstone and the Rainmaker and gets the predictable win. So your main event for Wrestle Kingdom is set now in stone. Okada versus Naito for the IWGP Championship. No more briefcase defenses, no more title defenses until Wrestle Kingdom. So, but really good show. Really good show here.
Wow.
And I'm looking forward to Power Struggle. We got some good matches there. We kind of talked about those a little bit already in that Road 2. Those Road 2 shows with this junior tournament should be a little bit of fun. So let's move on, talk some Ring of Honor, shall we? Ring of Honor TV this week. We're finally caught up to what happened at Death Before Dishonor. So this is the first post Death Before Dishonor shows. So Silas Young comes out at the beginning of the show, shows off his battle scars from the match with Jay Lethal, all of the belt marks on his back and everything from Lethal just beating the shit out of him with the belt. But he says him and Beer City Bruiser have been looking for a partner to go for those 6-man titles, and they found one at Death Before Dishonor, Minoru Suzuki.
I'm in the middle of that right now.
So
let's be honest.
Joe's literally watching the Ring of Honor TV show as we speak.
I'm loving fucking these guys just fucking over the Bullet Club in this thing. I know they're not going to probably win this match, but them fucking just Minoru Suzuki pointing at the ball. Go check that, and then just beating the shit out of him in the corner.
So yeah, the Suzuki and the Beer City Bruiser and the Silas Young team up to take on the Hung Bucks in the quote main event of Ring of Honor TV this week. Suzuki won't shake the hands of his partners at the beginning of the match. It's your mic again there, Taco. There you go.
That was the headphones.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Fucking A. What kind of show are we running here?
I like in the match, Page at one point, Hangman Page, he calls out Suzuki. And so he comes in the ring, they get in a slap fight, which Page kind of walks away from, but then Suzuki skids across the ring and puts everybody in a Kimura. He puts Hangman Page in a Kimura, the Young Bucks come in, he puts those guys in a Kimura, then his two partners come in, Beer City Bruiser and Silas Young, they put all three guys in Kimuras. Just a fun spot there. Adam Page was the star of this match.
I was gonna say this guy, dude. Like, I hope he keeps his head clean. Fucking just does everything right because he's gonna be a big fucking star.
Yeah, and it really, I kind of feels like they were building up to a Page Suzuki singles match at some point, which would be really cool. Page gets the big hot tag in the match, hits a drop salt. If you don't know what that is, he drop kicks the Beer City Bruiser and immediately in the air moonsaults onto Silas Young. It was fucking insane. I'd never seen anything like that. The Bucks save Hangman Page after taking the Gotch pile driver and the top rope frog splash from the Beer City Bruiser. Yeah, that looked like it was going to be it, but the Young Bucks made the save. Then Page eats Suzuki's spit. Suzuki spits on Adam Page. He wipes it off his chest and licks it. Then he hits the shooting star off the apron into the Indie Taker on the floor. Yep, that happened.
On Ring of Honor TV.
It was the Hung Bucks getting the win. Page goes over the Beer City Bruiser with the rite of passage, which was very impressive because the Beer City Bruiser, who's a massive pile of garbage, on Hangman Page's back, hits that rite of passage, which is it's kind of like a reverse tombstone, basically. Just insane. So yeah, like I said, Hangman Page, the star of the match, looking great. He's had a great year, and he keeps looking better and better and better. Other stuff from Ring of Honor TV, Josh the Goods Woods got a shot at the TV title versus Kenny King. It was just a showcase for Kenny King. He got the win there. After the match, he says he's a fighting champ and he'll take on all challengers. Then Shane Taylor, Chucky T, Punishment Martinez, and Mark Briscoe all come out to throw their hat in the ring to face Kenny King at some point down the road. Marty Skrull says that next week, Cody's contract celebration is coming. Yay, a contract celebration coming next week. And that was pretty much Ring of Honor this week. Except, I forget, the very end of the show, I forgot about this. Mark Briscoe comes out to explain his actions about throwing the table into Bully Ray's head. But he never got to it because Tommy Dreamer came out.
Yeah.
Talked about Bully Ray. Talked about the toughness of Bully Ray and how Bully Ray has always been able to get through tough situations. But then talks about the difference between being a tough guy but then suffering head trauma and how one time suffered some head trauma taking a DDT, having to go to the hospital, not remembering the end of the match.
Ooh, they're going that route.
Yeah, and so they're kind of, because Briscoe threw the table into Bully Ray's head and everything like that, that's kind of the angle that they're working here. And so that kind of, it appeared to affect Mark Briscoe. After Tommy Dreamer left, he said, look, I'm not here to deliver anybody's message. I'm here on my own. I'm not here to fight, but this is something you got to think about, and you're going to have to deal with the consequences of it. And so that appeared to have Mark Briscoe think about his actions, and he ended up leaving, not saying anything. So a little bit of intrigue there coming out of the main event segment.
I'll pull out one more thing.
Gross.
After the trios titles match, Suzuki and fucking Silas Young getting into it.
Oh yeah.
See, where you were saying you want to see Adam Page, I want to see Silas Young versus Minoru Suzuki.
They are doing that on the Ring of Honor house show tour, not at the Chicago show here, but
that sucks.
I've got it here. Let me see here.
That's a match I would love to see.
I know if you the Ring of Honor ringside subscription, I know if you do the $8.99 one,
I'm not on that, but yeah,
you're going to be able to watch. They're doing that 4 show in that area.
Yep,
you're going to be able to watch 2 of the shows on there, but then you're also going to get 25% discount. So if you kind of do
on the Chicago show,
on the big one, so if you do kind of plan on renting the pay-per-view, you might want to just get that and get the whole shebang for a couple bucks more.
So yeah, the Suzuki versus Silas Young match is on the 13th. That's the Pittsburgh show. Yeah. So if you do the ringside member gimmick, you can watch that one because the Pittsburgh.
I think the only one you don't get is the Rochester show.
Yeah, it's Pittsburgh and the Columbus, Ohio, I believe, is the other one. Mm-hmm. So the Friday and Saturday shows, and then the Sunday pay-per-view from Chicago.
But yeah, that's about, I think it's only $20 show.
Yep, $20.
And then the ringside thing's $8.99. So if you want to watch the whole thing, you get 25% off the
so
iPay-per-view.
It ends up being pretty much even then. Yeah,
exactly. And you get a whole month of Ring of Honor shit to watch. So.
And what's cool about that ringside service is you can go back and watch all the old Ring of Honor pay-per-views and stuff too. Like they got all that stuff online that you can watch, I guess. So I've been meaning to excuse me, to try that yet, but I just, with so much other wrestling stuff, it's just one of those things that I haven't gotten to. I probably should have did it for this Chicago show, but I was a little late to the party buying tickets for it. I just kind of got what I could as far as tickets go. But I'm glad that I'm going to be in the building. So, but this is what we're looking at for Sunday for the Ring of Honor show.
You got your boner pants on, Joe?
Silas,
I do.
So this is what's been signed so far. Silas Young and the Beer City Bruiser taking on the Best Friends, Chucky T and Beretta. Then Colt Cabana, what do you call it? He lobbied for this one. He'll be taking on Toru Yano in a singles match. That's worth the price of admission right there.
Yes.
Then the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. No, that's old news now. He lost that title. Kushida and Cheeseburger taking on The Addiction, Daniels and Kazarian. Yep. Jay Lethal, Mark Briscoe, and the Ring of Honor World Television Champion Kenny King taking on Suzuki Gun. That's Suzuki, Minoru Suzuki, and the Killer Elite Squad. That should be a pretty good match. Mm-hmm. Flip Gordon versus Will Osprey.
Oh, nice.
That should be good. Hiromu Takahashi versus Marty Scurll.
Awesome.
Marty Scurll just broke Hiromu Takahashi's fingers when he tried to challenge Will Osprey on New Japan World. So there's a fun little story there. And then the big one, Kenny Omega versus Yoshihashi for the IWGP United States Championship. That is for the belt, yes. And then this is what they're calling the main event. Cody and the six-man tag team champions Adam Page and the Young Bucks versus Search and Destroy and the Motor City Machine Guns. So Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin and Jonathan Gresham and Jay White. So not a ton going on there, but that is gonna. I mean, you got
Still a stellar lineup.
well, yeah, Cody and the Young Bucks in that main event. That's a big thing there. And then being in there with the Motor City Machine Guns, who put on a hell of a show. That match at Death Before Dishonor between the Machine Guns and the Young Bucks was very good. So, and then Jonathan Gresham is great. Jay White is great. Everybody in this match is great, maybe with the exception of Cody. So, it should be a really good match. Hangman Page, who we were just raving about. So, yeah, a lot of heavy hitters, a lot of fun there. So, like I said, I'm going very excited, but
you better bring a change of pants with.
I'm bringing a change of pants. I don't think there's enough cash in the world that I can bring for T-shirts and memorabilia and other crap that I'm going to go broke with over the weekend. Pro Wrestling Tees is having their grand opening of their brick and mortar store, so I'm going to be there checking that out. But also, the indie promotion AAW is having a 2-day tournament with
2-for-1 A&W root beer.
And this is hang on here. So basically, anybody who's not in Ring of Honor is on this fucking show. So here's the first round matches of this 2-day tournament. Pentagon Dark or Penta L0M.
Are you going both nights or just one?
I'm going both nights, baby.
Fuck.
Third row.
Damn.
Paid a little extra to get the third row. It was like a $10 difference between third row and general admission.
Oh,
so I'm like, fucking third row. So yeah, Pentagon Dark versus Michael Elgin.
Oof.
Andrew Everett, who's been, I think, doing some stuff on TNA versus Zima Ion.
All right.
Desmond Xavier versus A.R. Fox, who I'm going to walk up to and hand money for that for the Dante Fox kill shot match.
I was telling you, I fucking feel like I need to buy merchandise for this guy.
Yeah, hopefully he's got a cool T-shirt because I am definitely checking him out. Sammy Callahan, a.k.a. Jeremiah Crane, versus Matt Fitchett, not familiar with him. ACH versus Kurt Stallion, not familiar with Stallion. Zachary Wentz versus Matanza, Jeff Cobb. And then Myron Reed versus the Machine, Brian Cage. So a few names I'm not familiar with there, but fucking everybody else is there.
Yeah.
Then the two main events of the show, the AAW Heavyweight Championship match, Ray Phoenix, yes, that Phoenix, taking on, where did it go, Trevor Lee.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
Another great junior heavyweight guy doing some stuff in TNA, been all over PWG. And then the big tag match is Matt Riddle and Zack Sabre Jr.
Shit.
versus Shane Strickland and Keith fucking Lee.
Nice.
Oh, my, Shane Strickland kill shot.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So that fucking main event, oh my god, I'm going to see so many guys. This weekend. There isn't anybody after these shows. There isn't anybody I haven't seen.
That is awesome.
So,
That sounds amazing.
and
It's going to be a great weekend.
That's night one. So yeah, with those guys in tournaments, think of all these different matchups of guys that can meet each other. Just insane. Go ahead, Joe.
I was just pointing out, you were mentioning the Pro Wrestling Tees thing, that if you're waiting outside before the door is opening and it starts raining, they're going to have like $3 Marty Scurll Bullet Club umbrellas.
Miniature ones, but yeah, that's awesome.
I'm really excited for their business, though. Just it's awesome to see kind of this effect of like what the Bullet Club and New Japan and Lucha Underground. Something that Impact Wrestling could never fucking do. But
right.
They're just booming, and all these indie guys are making some good money. In this business, and it's just so awesome to see. And it's fun seeing on the internet too of people kind of of sharing these experiences and just kind of, hey, I bought you a Bullet Club shirt. Who the fuck's Bullet Club? Just wear it, two sweet people. And, they start getting hooked with wrestling like through that. So it's fun seeing these little stories and like just seeing like this little company. I remember when they first started doing the pro wrestling T-shirts to what they are now. So it's just like it's such a fucking awesome time for wrestling, and good for these guys, big time too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I'm just looking forward to being there. Like I don't want to promise interviews or liners or anything like that. Like I don't even want to like bring up the idea that I'm a podcaster when I'm there, because like I'm like a socially, believe it or not, I'm like a socially awkward kind of shy person naturally, and so I'm the type of person that just kind of wants to go and absorb and like take it all in, and that's kind of what my plan is at this point. So
yeah, do it up.
Anything beyond just going and experiencing this weekend is a bonus to me. Just because just being able to drive down there and check this out is going to be just so much fun, and just the bonus of all of those. Like I was pumped enough to like go see Kenny Omega,
right?
But then fucking Minoru Suzuki and Will Ospreay and Marty Scurll and all these other fucking
even
guys.
fucking Yano.
Yano and Colt Cabana. That's amazing.
Yep.
So yeah, but it's going to be so fun.
You got in the fucking, I don't know, just the Lucha Underground cast on top of that too, on its own separate thing. That's a fucking awesome weekend. So fuck,
have fun.
Yeah, on last week's Best Pro Wrestling podcast, we raved about the awesome Kill Shot and Dante Fox, AR Fox match that they had on there. Just an insane fucking hardcore match, and I'm so glad that I'm going to be in the same building as those two guys, just so I have the opportunity to go up to them and say, that was insane. Please don't murder yourself ever again.
We know these guys,
great,
just every wrestler, mad respect for them, just, stepping through those ropes, just, it's dangerous, it's crazy, it's fucking nuts, and, you're putting your body on the line. Yeah, look at these motherfuckers' backs. They literally put their bodies on the line. Like, I've never, like, felt obligated, like, I need to give them my money. Like, wow. It's just, that's awesome, though. I like having that feeling.
Yeah. Just awesome, tremendous stuff.
And don't forget to bring a Hi, Joe, and Taco sign. It's a necessity.
For the Ring of Honor show, I think I'm way in the back and probably
8 equals D.
I'm probably I'm probably behind the hard cam, but if the opportunity comes up, I'll think about it.
Ooh.
There you go. Let's wrap up the show with the Kojima tweet.
Now it's time for the Satoshi Kojima Tweet of the Week.
God damn it, Kojima. You can follow him at cozy_lariat on Twitter, but he has not tweeted in English since I recorded last week's episode. So what we have to do is translate his tweets. Now, not sure if something got lost in translation here, but this is the tweet that we're reading. Gain. It's a wax, not a waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Excuse me, waffle, 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 3, 2, 1, waffle, waffle. So follow the show on Twitter at Strong Honor. Follow me at Tommy Stryker, spell Stryker with a Y. If you want to hear us talking about WWE, that's Raw, SmackDown, No Mercy, not No Mercy, Tables, Ladders, and
Hell in a Cell.
Lucha Underground, NXT. Check out our other podcast, The Best Pro Wrestling Podcast. Go to bestprowrestlingpodcast.com or go to stronghonor.com. Both of those web addresses will take you to the same website with the same great podcasts. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. And, Taco, where can people find you?
You can follow me on the Snapchat, Twitter, at HGREV Taco.
And you can follow me, Joe, at Joe BPWP. That's at Joe, Best Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Thanks for checking out Strong Honor, and tune in next week for a full report of all things Chicago. We'll talk about all of that next week and preview some Power Struggle and continue the Ring of Honor discussion. Thanks for checking it out. Bye.
Peace. Adios.
My
botch. Bad luck fail.
All right, let's focus on business.